Hello, welcome to Puppetry. Oh, sorry, wrong title. Sorry, I forgot. Last Resort Repair and Recreation, Episode 9. I'm starting out the show for today because last week I got cut off because we did it was too long and we ran out of memory. So now I am starting off on Last Resort Repair and Recreation. I'm going to start off with a poem, and then I have some very, very, very graphic and disturbing things to talk about. But they need to be talked about because the positive timeline is here, and everybody has the right to enjoy themselves and take part in the positive timeline without being exploited. So I'm going to start off with a poem about the pigs. It's called The Thinning of the Veil by Ralph. There are festering boils on the face of the earth who disregard life and worship net worth. Now it's about time that they be removed, so we're thinning the veil, helping more to see through. That's what we're doing. We're exposing the pigs and criminals who are getting away with everything because of the National Security Act of 1947. That needs to be taken down because it's protecting people and it's hurting people and it's protecting criminals who need to be prosecuted for the garbage that they do. And they got stuff that's classified, and then by the time the classified stuff comes out, most of these people are dead. And they have lived a life without any, and these people never got to have the justice that they deserved. And they never had these people arrested who should be arrested because they are pigs and disgusting pieces of garbage that hurt children and take advantage of people with mental illness and cause people to have mental illness by satanic ritual abuse. So, I want to start off with something which was interesting because yesterday on Truth Frequency Network, Truth Frequency Radio, on a show called Red Pill Reports, they were talking about some of this stuff. And I thought it was interesting and synchronistic because I was planning on talking about this too. So I'm just going to talk about a couple of things that they mentioned on that show. Then I'm going to get to what I wanted to get to, which is I have an article, also another article, and I want to read an excerpt from A Trance Formation of America by Cathy O'Brien with Mark Phillips. And she has detailed things, horrific things that you could not even imagine that woman went through. It was just really sick. But the whole point of this is to expose this because it's still going on and needs to stop. And there's still a big veil of secrecy in the United States because people don't want to look into this and they don't want to think that it's real. But it's real and it's happening and it's hurting people. And not to be on a positive timeline, it is our duty to expose it all so nobody is upset and sad and nobody is being victimized anymore. We need to help these people and get them out. There are sick people out there who are so arrogant because they think they're never going to be caught. And the classified crap and National Security Act of 1947 is protecting them. But we should be protecting the children that they are victimizing. Okay, there's a lot of political blackmail out there. There's lots of blackmail trying to keep people from talking. One of the speakers in the program was victimized and he was ridiculed and had his character assassination, stuff like that. Slander, blackmail. Affects also the Washington blackmail affects setting of policies. Which is interesting that there was the man on the show was actually one of the escort. He worked for the escort service, and he said that a lot of Republicans using gay escorts and then they get blackmailed for it. It's interesting how much they are against gays and then they go around and do things that you would never believe. And that's what I said now is child and adult exploitation must be addressed so everybody can enjoy the positive timeline. The except for those who wanted to hurt people and exploit people, they will not be having a positive time, because it's time for them to be brought to justice, and they need to be held accountable for their actions. There's a lot of arrogance, power, and lust that needs to be exposed, because it's sick. There's a pig out there named Craig Spence that this man knew, and he been trying to this man named what's his name, Henry Vincent, I think, was the guy they were talking to, and he said that this man Craig Spence was trying to ask him to provide him child escorts, and he refused. And when he refused to provide him with that, his life was threatened, and he was shot at. There's some names that this man mentioned of these criminal people that do sickening things. William Casey, the head of the CIA, Barry Craig, Barney Frank, Charles Dutcher. I can't read the last two, but that was just some of the names that this man mentioned. And these people need to be exposed for the disgusting things that they do and how they exploit people. Okay, I'm going to read a part from the Transformation of America. We're going to start out now by thinning the veil. We are naming names because these people think that they are above the law, and they think that they can do whatever the hell they want. But you know what? It ends now. This man is a huge criminal. I'm going to read about this. When you read this, I'm going to try to be as little graphic as I can be. I will try to say some certain parts in a way that aren't offensive, but I let you know that this is really, really graphic. So just remember that before. I just wanted to warn you about that. Okay. Okay. This is from the Transformation of America. Okay, hold on. I gotta figure out a way to do this where I can read it into the camera and have the book open. Hang on a minute. Okay. I think I got it. Okay. Here it is. This is on page 98 of the book. And this is just one part about this pig. Okay? Dick Cheney is a disgusting pig that needs to be prosecuted for all the crimes that he's done. War crimes and crimes against humanity. And I'm going to read you a piece right now. And a crime against humanity. It says, Dick Cheney, then White House Chief of Staff to President Ford, later Secretary of Defense to President George Bush, documented member of the Council on Foreign Relations, CFR, and presidential hopeful for 1996, was originally Wyoming's only congressman. Dick Cheney was the reason my family had traveled to Wyoming, where I endured yet another form of brutality, his version of a most dangerous game, or human hunting. It is my understanding now that a most dangerous game was devised to condition military personnel in survival and combat maneuvers, yet it was used on me and other slaves known to me as a means of further conditioning the mind to the realization there was no place to hide, as well as to traumatize the victim, as well as traumatize the victim to ensure programming. It was my experience over the years that a most dangerous game had numerous variations on the primary theme of being stripped naked and turned loose on the wilderness while being hunted by men and dogs. In reality, All wilderness areas were enclosed in secure military fencing whereby it was only a matter of time until I was caught, repeatedly raped and tortured. Dick Cheney had an apparent addiction to the thrill of the game, of the sport. He appeared obsessed with playing a most dangerous game as a means of traumatizing mind control victims, as well as to satisfy his own perverse sexual kinks. My introduction to the game occurred upon arrival at the hunting lodge near Grable, Wyoming. It physically and psychologically devastated me. I was sufficiently traumatized for Cheney's programming as I stood naked in the hunting lodge office after being hunted down and caught. Cheney was talking as he paced around me. I could stuff you and mount you like a jackalope and call you a two-legged deer, or I could stuff you with this, and he unzipped his pants and exposed himself right down your throat and mount you. Which do you prefer? Blood and sweat became mixed with the dirt on my body and slid like mud down my legs and shoulder. I throbbed with exhaustion and pain as I stood, unable to think to answer such a question. Make up your mind, Cheney coaxed. Unable to speak, I remained silent. Don't get a choice anyway. I make up your mind for you. That's why you're here. For me to make you a mind. And make you mind. You lost your mind a long time ago. And now I'm going to give you one, just like the Wizard of Oz gave Scarecrow a brain. The yellow brick road led you here to me. You've come such a long, long way for your brain, and I will give you one. They use this Oz programming and lots of like Disney movie programming to trigger people with mind control. Cathy O'Brien was abused since infancy. This is all she knew, and her father was a disgusting pervert, like Dick Cheney was, and raped her and did some horrible things to her, and they program people like this. And they have like split personalities they use, and when the person is so badly traumatized, they get like personality issues, and they can switch them on and off. And these people like use them like actually like a program to pass secrets and stuff like that. So there's some nasty stuff that these people do. It's ridiculous, and it's not false. It's true. It is true. I'm not lying. It's horrific. Most people don't even want to think about it or know about it, but it needs to be spoken of because this needs to stop. These people need to be set free. And this woman was lucky enough that somebody was concerned for her safety and set her free. Mark Phillips, a great man who has rescued her so she could tell her story and help others who are stuck in this horrible nightmare. Okay, here the rest of this segment. The blood reached my shoes and caught my attention. Had I been further along in my programming, I perhaps would have noticed such a thing and had the capability to think to wipe it away. But so far, I had only been to MacDill and Disney World for government military programming. At last I could speak. I begged, if you don't mind, can I please use your bathroom? Cheney's face turned red with anger. He was on me in an instant, slamming my back into the wall with one arm across my chest and a hand on my throat, choking me while applying pressure to the carotid artery in my neck with his thumb. His eyes bulged and he spit as he growled, "If you don't mind me, I will kill you. I could kill you with my bare hands. You're not the first, and you won't be the last. I'll kill you anytime I goddamn well please." He said, on the cot-type bed, he said, flung me on the cot-type bed that was behind me. Then he finished taking his rage out on me sexually. On a long trip back to Michigan, I lay in a heap behind the seats of the Suburban, nauseated and hurting from Cheney's brutality and high-voltage tortures, plus the whole Wyoming experience. My father stopped by the waterfalls flowing through the Tetons to wash my brain of the memory of Cheney. I could barely walk through the woods to the falls for the process as instructed, despite having learned my lessons well from Cheney on following orders. These people are disgusting. And Cheney needs to be thrown somewhere. I don't know. That man needs to be destroyed. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't like to say anything mean about nobody. I'm trying to be a fair person, but this is disgusting. This man is atrocious, and I can't imagine how many people that he has taken advantage of and harmed. I don't know how people get away with that. I do not know. There's no justice right now, and it needs to be spoken of so we can get justice for these people, because nobody deserves to be treated like that ever. Never. Now, I have an article, but I'm not going to have time to get to read it now, because if we have too much time on the video, we can't upload it on Facebook. So I'm going to have to stop it right there. I apologize for the disturbing nature of this segment, but it needs to be spoken of, because we need to come together and say no more. We're going to come together. We are going to expose and name names, because nobody should ever be treated like that. Nobody should go through such horrible brutality. It is foul. It is nasty, and it needs to stop. And people need to demand that people be held accountable for their actions. Now, I'm glad that you tuned in. Thank you for joining me. And please, however you can help, you should get Transformation of America, read it, and get it out there, get the word out there. Because there are people being victimized, and there are people being unfairly protected under the National Security Act of 1947. Demand that act be thrown out. Thank you for joining me.